Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Natania Syafiqur Rahma. I am from IPL Department 2019, and today I will show you to all about the impacts of pandemic COVID-19 on the MSME in Yogyakarta. Okay, can we start? Before I start my presentation, I will give you the quotes from Socrates. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, but on fighting the old, but on building the new. Okay, let me start. The structure of my presentation. The first is abstract. The second is introduction, research question, literature review, methodology, finding, discussion, and the last is conclusion. The first is introduction. The pandemic that has been going on for about a year has caused the economy in Indonesia, particularly discussions in Yogyakarta, to decline. Therefore, this study aims to determine the impact of the pandemic on the economy and how the economy can survive in the midst of the pandemic. This research uses qualitative research by means of direct observation and interviews with five MSMS owners. The results of interview with informants, it is proven that its impacts of the pandemic was felt by them, especially the owners of MSME who experience the very large decrease in turnover every day. Another result shows that they can survive by making product innovation and the government's participation is supporting MSME players in Yogyakarta. Okay, next. This is the introduction of about my presentation. This is the picture from the MSME in Yogyakarta. This is the store batik in Malioboro, like that. Okay. The COVID-19 pandemic has a major impact of the economy of Yogyakarta. The stagnation of the tourist, education, and MSME industry that support of the highway economic has had to decline of the province economy. Yogyakarta is a city of students and the rate of economic growth is still very low. Several factors that affect the level of economic growth, especially in the field of MSME, are the low purchasing power of the people, of the habits of the people that are different, the characteristic of big cities like Jakarta. For example, according to BPS DKI Jakarta, UMR data, income in Jakarta reached 4 billion rupiah, which is proportional to the purchase price of the public. In Jakarta, people are accustomed to consumption and living in luxury. While in Yogyakarta, the UMR only needs 1 million until 2 million rupiah. This income still has to be divided to support it. Leave and some money for the future are just in case, so that the people will not consumptive behavior. People tend to shop of essential needs only like food. People prefer to buy food and then cook it themselves. So rather than improve their quality of life. Uh, with low levels, people prefer to survive for them lives. Okay, the with low this factor cause stagnation of economic growth, especially of field of MSME in Yogyakarta. Although there have been several previous studies of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the economy, it is a shortage of previous research that has not yet related to the impact of the pandemic in detail, especially on the microeconomy, namely MSMEs in Yogyakarta. Uh, the second the second structure is research question. The research question first is what are the impact of the pandemic, especially in MSME industry in Yogyakarta? And the second is how did the MSME actor maintain their business during the pandemic? Okay, this is a literature review of my presentation from my paper. The Amalia from the Amalia paper divide MSME is trading business managed by business entities or individual with regard to productive economic enterprise in accordance with the criteria stipulated by law number 20 of 200 208. The existence of MSME has a role as the prime mover in accelerating Indonesian economic recovery. In the process, there are several MSME that can develop later into the success. Another view will experience valor. Research that conducted by several researchers result in several factors that influence the success of MSME, namely our source of capital, the role of government, marketing strategies and skill, innovation and technology, which have a positive and significant impact on success of MSME. Yes, my research of my paper, the methodology by use a qualitative method by interview with five owner MSME in Yogyakarta, and the type of interview was semi-structured. The qualitative method by utilizing primary data from several sources to find out the latest data and information related to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on MSME in Yogyakarta or Indonesia. This interview was conducted using the Zoom meeting application with the speaker. Okay, next, this is the goal of my presentation is finding. Okay, I will answer the research question 1. What are the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in MSME industry in Yogyakarta? The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on MSME is very diverse. There are five MSME owners who say the same, namely this pandemic is very detrimental to the economy of MSME actors, like participant A, who cite that if an economic downturn occurs due to limited space for the community to move, it will cause an increases unemployment rate. Meanwhile, participant B said the impact of this pandemic decreases both in terms of raw material and buyer, especially MSME as a driver of economic turnover for small communities. The selling power and purchasing power of the community is also decreased. And last is participant D answered that the impact of the pandemic is very influential on MSME, including themselves, because the community was more concerned with buying basic food items. Business actors selling secondary and tertiary project experience a significant decrease in income. Okay, next. I will answer the research question 2. How did the MSME actor maintain their business during the pandemic? The ways to maintain their business of MSME in Yogyakarta in the pandemic, during the pandemic is the first, yes, two ways so the MS can get up and continue business amid the pandemic. The second is the role of the government in helping MSME player pass through the pandemic. And the third is how does digital role in the business would help in product sales during a pandemic. And the last is innovation that have been carried out by MSME actor. Yes. Next, in the first answer. This is the data from several MSME owner. The first is why, so that the MSME can get up and continue business amid the pandemic. The answer from the data from primary data from MSME owners is the MSME players could continue their business in the midst of a pandemic according to participant A. The method used that the government provided guidance to MSME players in producing goods that were cheap but had high selling prices. MSME players had to be observant in choosing what to produce, where in fact buyers are interested in during the pandemic and facing the new normal era, such as during the rampant COVID case that has taken place, people are predicted to buy basic necessities hand sanitizer and masks to store at home because to the government policy work from home, school from home, and other. And however, participants said that the way to maintain business during the pandemic was by increasing innovation and promotion, giving the low purchasing power of the community, and also promoting health protocols to maintain the health and trust of consumer. If the place is clean for comfortable and applies strict health protocol, the public trust in the item that will increase so that this can help increasing the purchasing power of the community. The second is the role of the government, Yogyakarta government, in helping MSME players face the pandemic. Yes. In accordance with the I have word in this interview, most of them cite the role of the government has been to assist the community of MSME in dealing with economic problems during the pandemic. Participant A revealed that the government had provided assistance in the production of product and sale of product from MSME players. For example, in Gunung Kidul, there was an injection of funds from the government in also assistance in the sale and promotion product to the MSME players. And the second example data is participant B. Cite the role of the government. It is an effort to help MSME player by distributing masks, hand sanitizer, and free hand washing station. Has been done by the government. However, in contrast to participant C. Why? Because he said that if the government should provide assistance or an injection of funds in collaboration with banks with low interest rate will lead to the lowest level of MSME. According to him, he did not get any assistance during this pandemic by the government. And participant D said the same thing as participant B. He said that the government had to provide an appropriate assistance to MSME actor, especially in terms of funding. Okay, next. The third is how does digital role in the business would help in product sales during the pandemic? Okay, according to my interview, it can be found that MSME are really taking advantage of the role of the digital platform for selling their merchandise. In accordance with what was cited by participant A, that in digital era like this digital platform are very useful in introducing and also buying and selling a product. In the digital world, there are no boundaries between space and time so that the people can freely access, view and carry out buying and selling activity without boundary. People can freely connect with other people outside the area so that they can interest sales of product. The digital role in the business is example is Tokopedia, Shopee, and other digital platform. And last is innovation that have been carried by MSME actors. Yes, by the interview with owner MSME, the participant B conduct a conditional social media giveaway so that the project can be more widely introduced to the public. Participants C innovates to create other product and more product variants to attract consumer interest and also imposes product advertisement through consumer review with the aim of not only introducing the product to the wider community but also to attract other consumer to buy the product. And the participant D answered that in the era of this pandemic, he was promoting via a digital platform that was booming like Shopee, maybe, yes, okay. So that many parts of A saw his product. He also gave a discount and free shipping to consumer who bought into the Shopee digital platform. Yes, Shopee is the best digital platform. And next, I will discussion about my paper. The first is impact of the pandemic on MSME in Yogyakarta is a decreasing economic level. This decline in the level of the economy causes people purchasing power to decline, thus affecting the selling power of a product. MSME players also feel the same way. The various product has decreased sales, so the income is also reduced. The various ways so the MSME can survive the pandemic is the first is get help and encouragement from the government. And the second is doing innovation or product and promotion by digital platform. I will summary or conclude our presentation today. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic is felt by all circles of society, especially in the economic sector. Yogyakarta is a city that still has a low UMR. People tend to have low purchasing power coupled with this pandemic, which has caused the economy to decline drastically, causing the people of Yogyakarta to increasingly have a low purchasing power. MSME players really feel the impact of the pandemic, the decline in people's income and purchasing power. However, the MSME players did not give up and immediately got up with the help of the government and made their own innovation so that they can still survive even though they are in the new normal period of the COVID-19 pandemic. The implementation of health protocol is also encouraged in all place and activity. Okay, thank you everyone for your attention on my presentation. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.